One of the standout reasons for freelancing professionally is the idea of living and dying by your own sword. You are your own boss, and you're responsible for maintaining your incoming business flow. In this episode, I'm going to talk about what exactly that means, as well as the mentality you need to keep clients coming back. And later in this video, I'm going to walk you through a visualization that will hopefully help you hammer down what it's like to be a solid professional. But before I get into that, I would like to give a huge shout out to my very first employer from way back in my high school days. Jan Higashi is a friend of my mom's, and she owned one of the first digital sign shops in Hawaii. She instilled within me the very foundations of many of the concepts featured in this video. I was a very distracted high schooler, and I have to admit, I cringe when I recall the attitude I gave her and my fellow employees. I'm just glad they probably chalked it up to me just being an arrogant teenager. So from the bottom of my heart, Jan, mahalos for all your patience during that time. This goes without saying. The quality of your work is one of the most important aspects of freelancing. Your reputation for quality results is what will often precede you and convince potential clients to consider contacting you. However, the secret to success is not about getting projects, it's about retaining clients. More on that in a moment, but first, since I'm talking about retaining people, please click that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It's all free for you, and you'll receive notifications when I post new topics. As far as retaining clients, it all starts with adopting a business mentality in your actions. Think of your name as a brand which has two sides, the service and the identity. The perception of your brand is determined not just by the quality of your product, but also of your service. The way I look at it is, Jeremy Tani, the service, is all about the actions and decisions I make during a project, while Jeremy Tani, the identity, is how I integrate into my client's culture. The first step into solidifying your brand is to establish integrity, and the way to do that is simple, or maybe not so simple for some. Hold yourself accountable. Now, when people hear this, more than likely they think about the negative aspect, admitting mistakes. I'm not going to minimize the importance of owning your failures. When bad things happen and it comes down to your actions, you should own the mistake, take it to heart, and implement preventative measures so it doesn't happen again. And more importantly, communicate all of that to your team. On the other side of it, holding yourself accountable also includes taking pride in your accomplishments. Not bragging, mind you, but when someone compliments you on doing good work, accept it with a thank you and acknowledge anyone else who was involved in the success. The service you provide isn't just the resulting work, it's also the process behind it. Imagine you are an entire restaurant. Sure, the menu you serve is what will lure customers in, but the key to bringing them back over competitors are the efficiency and personalities of your waiters, kitchen, and checkout process. How fluidly do they all work together? Unless the food itself is of a caliber that extends beyond the reach of your competitors, if one of these factors fail, you will likely not see that customer again. Similarly, as a brand with competitors, you will be judged on traits other than your actual requested skills. Factors like culture meshing, how well you work with the team, the fluidity of your communication, promptness, and how you weather storms will all come into play. It is not enough to have the skill to perform the job. Granted, there are dimensions of aspects to all of this, but here are a few tips. Communicate. Manage expectations. When there are milestones to be achieved, keep a constant flow of information flowing to your project manager on what they can expect at the next review. For example, if features will be missing because you're waiting on information or assets, let them know. Respond as quickly as possible to requests or questions. If you don't have an answer, tell them, "I'll get back to you on that." Then follow up when you get that information. Don't ghost. Ghosting, under any case, business or personal, is just rude and cowardly. Do it enough times on a project manager, and this will be a major sticking point on the next project. Do it even more, and you may actually get your contract canceled. When responding to an email or Slack with multiple tasks, leave no request unanswered. Make an effort to minimize the number of communication volleys. Keep each bullet point short and try to avoid over-explaining. This is not an essay. Don't overpromise or underdeliver. Let your client know of any blind spots that may cause delays. One of your main roles as a service provider is to raise red flags when you see them, but leave it up to your client to make the decision to address them. If you require time off, let your client know as far ahead as possible. If it's super urgent, like a medical emergency, let your client know it couldn't be avoided. If you're on an 8-hour per day contract, let your client know if you'll need to work beyond those 8 hours. Budgets are a thing. Wielding your professional sword is a personality change and is not based on when you get your next job. The time for the shift is now. Even if you aren't currently working, it's time to gather your spirit energy, analyze your work ethic, and make that change. To start, let's do a visualization. Imagine you're a swordsmith. You've been telling yourself you need your own sword, and it looks like today is a good day to start on it. You raise your hammering arm and pause for a second. Remember, this is going to be your sword. This is what you will carry with you, possibly for the rest of your life. It needs to be forged perfectly. 100% focus. After days of hammering away at it, this sword is looking pretty solid. The blade is ready. Now it's time to construct its hilt, so you grab a block of bone you found months ago. Starting with a very rudimentary construction, the hilt begins to take shape, and you intricately start engraving patterns into its form. Once done, you attach the hilt to the blade, sharpen the edge, and now, as of this moment, your sword is forged. The destiny of this sword, however, has yet to be written. With each victory, the spirit within it will grow stronger, but will be dinged with every failure. As the wielder of this sword, it will be a reflection of your history. Keep this sword as a visualization in the back of your mind as you move forward in your career. Every once in a while, revisit this sword and look at it. How dinged up is it? Is it emanating with spirit or is it faltering? Does it shine or does it need polishing up? How straight is the blade? Living and dying by your own sword means that you are in control of your own destiny. It's your career to maintain and your decisions that will determine your path. Maintain your sword's shape and it will serve you well. Neglect it and it will break your career. This is what it means to be a freelancing professional. Anyways, that's it for now. Keep your chin up and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.